A cool mau mau. A cool mau mau pa. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e. Kakaiake komomai. Good morning and welcome. And as we start with the Hawaiian prayer chant, the Eo Mai, the beseeching of the Great Spirit and our ancestors that dwell with such. As we ask for the wisdom of the experiences, the stories being told, the underlying meaning, why would we be telling these stories to our children? And then our experiences that become our stories. With the knowledge of the wisdom within the experience, we never have to repeat the bad ones over and over again because we learn from them. And set aside all grievances and stones, and then don't have no fear during the depth darkness of night. For A comes the dawning of a new day, and you don't have to pick up any stones and grievances. And every day we get a chance to start over, do better in life, and what a fitting honor it is to be able to share the Hawaiian culture here at the Unity of Kona. And so I'd like to welcome you. My name is Jim Carey. I'm just getting things going today as we pass the platform on off to Cindy. So thank you, Cindy, for doing the platform for us today. Mahalo.
It's so good to see all of you. Could you stand with me as we do our affirmation and together we'll say it together? I release the old, embrace renewal, and rejoice in the fullness of life. And our vision statement, a world family of oneness, peace, and love. And our mission statement is to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. Now, if you'll stay standing, the choir is going to come, I think, and we're going to sing our South African song. I love this song.
Ubuntu? Is that the song we're singing? It's a song from South Africa that the tribe uses Ubuntu as their way of life. It talks about their spiritual belief and how they. So.
They weren't hearing you, Dondi.
Oh, sorry.
Doing great.
Feeling deep in our hearts, know that it's time for a new start. People around the world have come awake, seeing the problems always at stake. Ha, ha, We are one. We stand tall. Working together for the good of all. Ha, 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 ha. Ubuntu, 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 ha. Woohoo! Thank you, everybody.
Boy, we need that song right now, don't we? Yes, let's spread the love. Let's take a few moments and greet each other with a handshake or a hug, whatever you're comfortable with. Get to know each other a little bit. Feel good now? Oh, you smell it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, what are those?
It'll get more orange, more and more orange as the day goes on. When the flowers are crisply white.
Patrick, when do I do this? Yeah, I was thinking. And now, I loved all that loving going on. This is great. And it's time to show our love to our guests today. If you have never been here before, or if it's been a long, long time, we would love it if you're comfortable with it, if you would stand and tell us your name and where you're visiting from. Is there anybody? Oh, yay. Oh, Lorraine and Scott from Denver, Colorado. Lori, almost got it. Lori and Scott from Denver, Colorado. Oh, another one, yay. Oh. Thank you. Oh, great. From where? Oh, yay. Yay. Welcome to all you visitors. We're so glad you're here. We hope you'll come back if you're here around. And After service, we always have some refreshments back up here, and we would love it if you would stay, and so we could get to know you better. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. And together, we would all like to say to you, aloha and God bless. Yes. Okay, our announcements today. First, though, I'm going to remind you that we believe in prayer around here. We believe in prayer. And if you have a prayer request, there are forms on the back table that you can fill out your request, put it in the prayer box, and it will be prayed for here. And then it will be sent to Silent Unity, where it will be prayed over for 30 days. So that's a pretty amazing thing. The other thing you can also do is download the free app, the Unity app, and you can submit your request anytime you want to, and they will pray for it. So it's a great thing to do. All right, we're going to get our Jim back up here to do the announcements. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for stepping in here, too. Well, as we start off with the announcements, we'd like to say congratulations to Candy Bauer, our team member of the month. Mahalo, Candy. For your loving service and your spirit to our spiritual center, we are blessed to have you here at the Unity of Kona. Candy feels that she's found her spiritual alignment with the Unity principles and newly elected member of the Board of Trustees. So Candy organized and ran the 2022 Unity of Kona Golf Tournament fundraiser and with a welcome can-do attitude. So Candy, your willingness to offer whatever support is needed and share your time, talents, and is greatly appreciated. And with the bright, shining light you are, we are grateful for your spirit of aloha. We love you, Candy. Aloha. And so today at noon, we have our crystal healing service. So we hope everybody is more than welcome to join us here after fellowship today at noon with crystal healing. And so Denise is putting that on. So thank you, Denise, for that. And Monday evenings is busy around here at 6 to 7 p.m. Dondi leads the ukulele jam sessions, the Kanikapila style, for beginners to experts here in the sanctuary. So bring your uk. Some are going to be available to use, and come and learn, play, and share. So Monday evening, tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m. Thursday morning, we got Roger teaching Qigong at the old airport from 8 till 9 o'clock in the morning at the old airport beach park. It's the last beach, so drive to the end of the runway and walk to a little bit further to the parking, past the parking area to the northernmost Sandy Cove. And Roger's doing the Qigong out there. It's an amazing exercise. Get the blood flowing and breathe. So join Roger Thursday mornings from 8 till 9. Thank you, Roger, for doing that. Yeah, that's amazing. Reverend Sophia, well, she's available for making pastoral calls to congregants who would like to one-on-one prayer sessions or personal conversations. So if you would like to receive a call, there is a sign-up sheet here in the back of the sanctuary. So please feel free to add your name and send an email to unityofkona@gmail.com with the minister call in the subject line. Please include your name, phone number, and the best days, times for her to reach you. So we're reaching out for you to reach back, and then we'll get this connection and power of prayer. Roger Batchelor, again, is offering private acupuncture sessions on Fridays. So please see him if you're interested in scheduling a time with him for the private acupuncture sessions. Roger, raise your hand. This is the man to see right there. Thank you, Roger. So Unity's next Circulation Day and Bake Sale is coming up, and it's on Saturday, March 15th at 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. So gather up your slightly used items and bring them before or after services or at 8 o'clock, 1 hour before the doors open on Saturday the 15th, to be added to the tables. We're going to have this whole thing covered with tables and stuff to share with our community. And the bake sale is a really cool thing. There's a sign-up sheet being passed around now if you'd like to participate in the bake sale. And there's also a sign-up sheet for volunteers that's going to be headed around here too, because we're going to take a lot of effort to put this together. So Friday evening at 6 p.m. and a takedown at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So your assistance is truly appreciated for the volunteers to help facilitate the bake sale. If you have any questions, see Kayla. Raise your hand. That's the lady right there. She's got it all happening. Or Elaine, right behind her. So thank you, Kayla and Elaine, for organizing that. And again, Roger Batchelor is offering group acupunctures on Sunday, March 23rd at 12 noon. So after the service and fellowship, we'll have an hour and a half to wind up. And so the sign-up sheet is going to be passed around for 12 people interested in participating. So please add your name to the 3 things that you would like to change and 3 things that you would like to change. Okay. So Roger, he's got this thing going on Sunday, March 23rd, 12 o'clock noon. Sign-up sheet coming around. It's an amazing time to really connect and find that spiritual connection and share the healing that comes through the acupuncture. So some of our ohana and native food items. So please bring some foods that do not require refrigeration or not much cooking, such as the canned and packaged dry foods. A box at the top of the stairs is labeled a Hawaii food basket. So we'll be used to collect these items, and mahalo nui for everyone's generosity in participating in that. Let's feed our community. And as you know, my friends, it takes a village to run this spiritual sanctuary, and we appreciate everyone. Kindly consider supporting Unity of Kona by becoming a contributor and sharing your time, talent, and treasures, as there are several new sign-up sheets in the back of the sanctuary for y'all to consider, and also a refreshment sign-up sheet upstairs, because we all need to pitch in to make this Unity community. Mahalo. Thank you so much.
Got a lot of going on around here, so take advantage of anything that sounds good to you. Right now, Shelley's going to come forward. Thank you, Shelley, and read our daily word.
Good morning. Are we all feeling awake today? Our daily word is awake. Awakening from sleep, I pause for a moment to feel the energy of a new day. Birds outside my windows sing a greeting. My still closed eyelids sense the morning light. Letting go of the delicious relaxation of sleep, I stretch my limbs, open my eyes, and rise from my bed. Awake, fully present in my mind, body, and soul to each activity of this day and to each person I meet. I feel truly connected. I engage fully with my daily work, study, prayer, and recreation. I notice details in my surroundings and see expressions of love and kindness I may have overlooked. Each moment becomes more vivid and meaningful. Nothing feels ordinary when I am awake. My life is a journey of discovery and appreciation. And what I say to you, I say to all. Keep awake. Mark 13:37. So together, please join me in saying, I am awake and fully present to life. Thank you.
And now we're going to take a few moments just to feel all the love. So if you want to put your feet on the floor and take a deep breath, and I invite you to relax. Take a deep breath and visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful, beautiful heart. Feel the loving energy of those around you, flowing in and through you. See that loving energy flowing around every person here in the sanctuary and spreading out to every being on this earth and in this world. If there are any events or circumstances in your life or anyone you know in need of prayer, see them in the center of this most beautiful, loving heart. As together we pray the prayer for protection. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And now the choir is going to come and sing a song for us with Dande playing. I just appreciate the choir so much. They put in extra hours and time and singing, and then we get to enjoy it. So thank you.
Testing. Hello, hello.
I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God.
I am one. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the Father. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with God.
It's over now. Thank you. That was a lovely song. We all enjoyed it so much. Thank you so much. It's time now for our speaker, our very own treasure, Kayla. We all love her. I personally just love her enthusiasm, her knowledge, wisdom. She's a therapist, and she always leaves me with something I can do, I can have. You know, it's very uplifting and good. So I appreciate you, Kayla. Thank you for coming and sharing with us.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to start with meditation today. So find yourself a comfortable spot in your chair. And just let yourself settle as you relax into place. Close your eyes if that feels good. Take a nice breath in with a little bit of joy. Let yourself release into this moment. Release with ease. Take another breath when you're ready. And slowly exhale as all the tension melts away. As you relax in your mind, imagine yourself standing in a beautiful, peaceful garden. The air is crisp, and you hear the gentle sounds of a stream flowing nearby. Flowers bloom in perfect harmony. Everything growing in rhythm, creating a symphony of colors and fragrance. Everything here is in balance, arranged with ease and grace, a reflection of the divine order. As you walk through this garden, notice how everything unfolds in perfect timing. The sun rises and sets, the seasons change, and the stream flows without effort, all cooperating with one unseen wisdom. That same wisdom flows through your life. Take a moment to feel that truth. As you stand or rest in your garden, feel the warmth of the sun shining down and soaking through your skin. As the sun rays touch you, they awaken your own light within, helping you realign with the natural flow. If there's any area in your life that feels chaotic or uncertain, bring it to mind now. Without judgment, see this and breathe into this space. With each breath, affirm your ability to align to divine order, to bring harmony, wisdom, and right action to your life. Trust yourself to move forward with ease and grace. And as you rest, affirm within, I am in divine harmony. I trust my ability to align with Spirit's perfect timing and take inspired action when it's my turn. Feel this truth in your heart and carry with you this power of order that you hold for your highest and greatest good. When you're ready, return to your body. Returning to this space, wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch, and reopen your eyes gently, coming back into this space together in present moment. Welcome back. We're going to talk about our power of order today. Anyone seen the inside of a grandfather clock? You ever see that with all the cogs and gears, the pendulums? It's a perfect mechanism, isn't it? Well, all of those pieces are needed, every single one. Take one away and you'll find out why that part was important. And every piece is needed to work in its exact, perfect way, in harmony and alignment with every other part and piece, isn't it? Now, can you imagine if one of those cogs just decided it wanted to move it faster, or maybe slower, or not at all? What would happen to the purpose of the grandfather clock? It would be lost, wouldn't it? We are similar on both a microcosm and a macrocosm. We have many parts, physically and emotionally, and there are many parts of us to the greater grand whole. We must work in harmony for our greatest and highest good and to stay in balance, just as we internally must work together with all of our parts to bring ourselves into alignment, to have our highest and greatest good manifest. This is why our power of order is important, to keep us in harmony with ourselves and the universe. But first, in order to understand order in the universe and our part of connectivity within and without, we must understand how the universe works in order. What is the structure of the universe? Charles Fillmore said, "Order is the first law of the universe. Indeed, there could be no universe unless its various parts were kept in perfect harmony." Has anyone ever seen the show Young Sheldon? You know the character Sheldon, right? He's a child genius, and this is the version of him when he's growing up. His mother has a crisis of faith in one of the episodes, and she's sitting out on the porch, and he asks to help her, and she says, "I don't think you can help me with this." And sitting a while with her, he says, "Did you know that if gravity were slightly less or slightly more powerful, the universe would collapse into a ball? Also, if gravity were slightly less powerful, the universe would fly apart, and there'd be no stars and no planets." He says this to remind her there's an exactness, there's a preciseness and a structure to the universe that is so wonderfully connected that without it, nothing would arise. The universe itself is always in perfect order. There are cycles to nature that we can observe. The movement of the planets has its own particular order, and our body has its own healing to keep us in homeostasis. Though order does not mean everything stays the same, everything moves, just like our planet moves, it does mean that there is a needed cycle, a needed sense of precision, a harmony, a flow that all things must go together with in order to keep in that alignment, that balance, that connectivity and flow. And as we know that change and growth is a part of that order, we all have to grow and change with it. So order is the structure, the architecture of the universe. And we, fitting in with that architecture and structure, can grow alongside it. So when we're looking at this as a power, let's look at some of the symbols that we talk about that we can use to cultivate our divine order. So the color is an olive green, thus the outfit. And it is associated with balance, growth, and renewal. And the location is the navel or the abdomen. And we're talking about our center of balance, just like our center of gravity. It's also a place in which our nutrients gets diverted into our body and distributed. It's also close to the womb, a place in which our original structure of our body was created. So the idea is order comes from our center, centering within, getting back within the stream, and then going out from that center. The disciple that's associated with our power of order is James, the son of Alphaeus. Now, he's a little known character in the Bible, and that's why I have him as a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. He's actually known as James the Less, because there was a James the Greater, which is interesting. So James the Less, the idea is he's not prominent, because order is not flashy. Order is a behind-the-scenes thing. It is the scaffolding. You don't look at the scaffolding of a building usually, unless you're wanting to see, is this structurally sound? This is everything that provides that needed grounding, the structure, the how of holding it all together. What happens when we don't have order? Chaos. A mess. That's a great way to put it. So when we don't have order, we have chaos, or we have confusion, or stagnation. Because as we talked about, order is a part of a flow. So there is a sort of unpredictability and a lack of structure when we're in a sense of chaos. There's a lack of harmony, and purpose gets sort of muddied and lost. It arises usually when we're resisting divine order, when you're going against the grain. It's kind of like at a construction site. If the architecture is the order of the plan, if we're lost and we're not in the plan of the universe, we can be doing all kinds of things. Our crews are everywhere. We don't make progress, and we wonder what the heck is going on. Or it's like building IKEA furniture, and you lost the manual, and you're just putting pegs in things. It's kind of hard. So we are trying to get back in alignment with that flow. But when you're doing that, and I don't know if anyone has built IKEA furniture, it's already in another language, and it's really hard to understand. And so you get into the space of chaotic emotional turbulence. And that's what we are. We are often our own chaos in the story. When we're not in alignment, we bring up all of the blocks and things like anxiety, fear, frustration, or feeling stuck. Our ego gets lost in the storm a bit, and we forget the truth of who we are, the abilities we have, and that structure of the universe. The only good thing about that frustration, the anxiety or the fear, is that it is a signal. It's like a beacon. Woo, woo, problem. You're not in alignment. It's like the red light went off that says, time to get in alignment. We're lost. Come back to center. So it is our compass. We can use those moments to say, okay, all right, I clearly need to ground for a moment. I am not in alignment with order. But just like a muscle, sometimes it's underdeveloped. It's not as strong as we'd like it to be. And that's when we're noticing we're kind of a chaotic mess ourselves because our muscle of order isn't really developed yet. On the other hand, maybe we overdeveloped that muscle and now we're leaning on it. We're not letting the rest of the system do its work. Anyone ever injure, let's say, part of your back or a leg, and then you end up kind of compensating? What happens to that other leg? It gets sore, doesn't it? It creates all kinds of problems. It's a balance for a reason. So when we overdevelop that muscle and we rely on it, that's where we lack faith and the structure of the universe, and we think we got to be in control. That's where we get really obsessive, and we get compulsive, and we start acting out of fear. We want everyone to do all the things we'd like them to do. Get all the eggs in the basket. We think we need to do all of it. I know I'm not the only one who's been there. And we get a little bit of a control freak thing going on. That doesn't really help either, does it? That creates its own blockages. So we want to center and find the balance between surrender and action, because that's how flow works, with harmony and ease. So we're going to go with this flow. In the book Power of the Soul, Inside Wisdom for an Outside World by John Holland, he says, order in the mind of God is an idea of harmonious progress, evolution. order in humankind is humankind's ability to perceive and cooperate with the law of growth. That's our ability to perceive and cooperate with the law of growth. I didn't hear any sit down and wait, do nothing. I also didn't hear any do it all myself. Cooperate. We're going to cooperate with the law of growth, which means things are going to naturally grow. Don't worry about that. That's happening. Just go with the growth. So our power then is actually about aligning and being that balance, being able to bring ourselves into that balance and right relationships with ourself, spirit, and others. Not about controlling every detail, but going with Spirit's perfect pattern, working with that, and finding righteous alignment and sequencing. So I like this phrase. Our order is about right alignment and sequencing of our thoughts, actions, and personal circumstances in accordance to spiritual law. What does that mean? How can I align myself in accordance with spiritual law? What is spiritual law? Yeah, let's get into that. What is spiritual law? Well, spiritual law is not a scary thing. It's not something that you're going to get a ticket for if you screw up. It's going to be okay. It's just naturally happening. It's the structure of the universe, kind of like gravity. The only consequence is if we don't go with it, it might hurt because that's how things work, right? So if you try to get out of bed upside down, you might fall out weird. Not because it's trying to punish you, just because that's how it goes. So the laws of the universe are many, but a few that we talk about here are law of mind action. Law of mind action is thoughts in mind produce after their kind. And if we're in alignment with that belief, that the universe, anytime we put energy into something, it grows, boy, we can work with it a lot better. If that's how the universe works, then I can recognize if I take that energy away, then I can decrease what I don't like. However, if I'm not in alignment with that, you can see the problem. It's going to produce an opposite effect, right? There's other laws like the law of divine timing. Nature unfolds as it will. There are natural cycles. And if I'm in misalignment with that and trying to plant a garden in winter, man, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to grow. It's not because Spirit doesn't like me. It's because I'm not in alignment. Same with the law of cause and effect, right? As we sow, so shall we reap. If I plant a mango tree, I am going to be disappointed if I'm expecting papayas. Right? As we sow, so shall we reap. Same with the law of circulation. It's giving and receiving. If I am hoarding and then I'm wondering why nobody's giving, it's probably because I'm not giving. I need to give and receive. So we need to check ourselves. Am I in alignment with these universal principles? Am I in alignment with divine law? Well, we have to check ourselves personally because this is coming up for us. As many of you know, Patrick and I have not loved our housing situation for a while. It's been a while. So we'd love to buy. We've just decided we'd really love to buy a place. This is our home. We've been here 12 years. I would like to buy a home. It's time. And we all know the market is what it is. It is what it is. So we're not loving that either, and we're a little frustrated. And we haven't found something we love, except for we found one thing we loved, and we put an offer on it. And then we were outbid. And that was really a bummer. And I was really disappointed for a while because it was everything I wanted. And in fact, I didn't think I wanted a condo. I resisted it forever. But this was a beautiful condo. It was a sanctuary space, and I wanted it. I actually wanted it, which was weird. And then I was mad when I didn't get it. And then I thought for a moment, oh my God, I was reading through that contract. They wanted a 30 days closing. 30 days. And so that means if I don't want to have to pay rent on top of a mortgage payment, I'm going to have to get my butt out of where I am to get to where I need to be. And I looked around and was like, oh my God, that's not happening. Oh, we are not ready for that. Wow. Many of you know I had an office at one point. I had many bookshelves in my office. I had a whole bunch of stuff. That's just in my one-bedroom apartment. It's all kind of been crammed in there. And I realized I am not in coordination with the law of circulation. I'm not ready, or divine timing. What am I doing? So we started to Marie Kondo our house, if anybody knows of her system where you get everything of one thing out. We got all hundreds of the books taking up the whole living room in piles, let me tell you. And I have to tap them each, say hello, and then I have to ask, are you a functional thing, or do you bring joy? And if it's neither, and I'm just going, oh, but I don't want to get rid of it because it's fear, it's probably not what I need to keep. So, long story short, I have work to do. So I'm feeling stagnant, but I need to look at my own stagnation. Where am I not in alignment? I'm not. And I need to fix that. That's my part. Universe is doing its part just fine. Saying, girlie, I'm there when you're ready. And I said, I'm ready. And then universe said, are you? And I said, oh, not ready. Okay, I'll come back. So we need to do that with ourselves. Are we ready? So when we're getting into alignment, we need to look at 3 words. And we need to turn them on ourselves. And not just our physical world, because although that's a representation of our inner world, it's really coming inside. 3 words: priority, balance, and adjustment. So we need to organize our outside to organize the inside. But really, we need to go within and say, what are my priorities? What do I really want, and what's really important to me? And am I putting my energy there? If I say that's what I want, am I doing that? Am I talking the talk and walking the walk? Now, we talk about our priorities, and I would say, if you really want a life of peace, balance, and harmony, what do you put first? Your spiritual life. These beliefs that you profess, these beliefs that you want, the idea that the universe is abundant, that you are divine, that you are loved, that everything is good and working towards your greatest and highest good. That's what you put first. That's your priority. Because if you do that, what? Everything will follow. We even know, for those of you who are into the Bible, Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Remember your divinity first. Remember where you come from. Remember who you are. You are a being of God. Anything and everything can happen to you in a positive way. Life can be good. It is all working for you. Put that as your priority, and if that is your priority first, everything will follow. So know what beliefs that you want. Profess them to yourself. Take time to set aside for meditation, for prayer, to be in the space that you want to be in. Make time for what you want to make time for. You will be in order with yourself if you know thyself. Know what's important to you. And know that we all must be in balance. We all must be in balance. We must balance action and surrender. So when you're going towards that thing that you want so much, whether it's a house, a career, a love of your life, whatever this is that you're looking for next, we have to be in balance between action and surrender. Giving and receiving, working and play, do and rest, service and self-care. Really, when we talk about surrender, we're saying faith. Be in balance between faith and you acting, right action. That means act when you have clarity, intention, when there's an opening and there's an availability for you. And when there's not, pause. Doesn't mean it's not working, just not your turn yet. Let Spirit do their part too. And when you are not taking inspired action and it's an action out of fear, you'll notice it in your body. Usually you're forcing things. And Sophia last week asked us to ask ourselves, am I flowing or forcing? Is this force or flow? When there's an opening, take it. When it's easy and it's presented, be brave. Don't force a locked door. It will open when it's time. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Remember, it's got to be your turn. Like a board game, if you're playing Monopoly, you cannot make a darn difference when it's not your turn. No matter how many times you try to move your piece, if somebody else is moving, nothing will happen. You will know when it's your turn. An opening will present. An offering will be available. It will be made available for you. We just have to make sure it's our turn. And things are happening when it's not our turn. I promise you, things are happening. Just like a board game, when it's your turn, suddenly all the pieces are different, everything has changed, and your opening might just be available right there. So we find that balance. And then we adjust. Because as the game continues, as spirits doing their part, the pieces may be in different spots when it's our turn. What do? We just adjust. We embrace it and we flex, and we redirect our flow of energy. If it's not working and what you're pouring into is not producing results, redirect the flow. That's within your power. That's part of your power of order, is to redirect your flow of energy. Anybody know the definition of crazy? You heard this one? Right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? Yeah, it's not very wise. So what do? If you're not getting the result you'd like, it's not working, either it's not your turn, just redirect that flow of energy. Redirect, get back in with spirit. In the weather of life, be like the palm tree and sway. Because balance is not about standing still. Even if you've seen somebody do the tree pose, right, where they put one leg up, they look like they're standing flat. But if you were to look at their foot, it's doing this. Every little muscle is adjusting at every moment to keep that homeostasis. So balance does not mean standing still. Order is not about standing still. It's about constant adjustment. So our quick last little story to illustrate this is an Aesop's fable you may have heard before, and it's called The Oak and the Reed. Once upon a time, on the edge of a great forest, there stood two trees, one mighty oak, and then a slender reed. The oak tree was proud of its strength and its size. It stood tall and thick, unyielding branches, and it boasted, "No wind can make me bow. I am strong and steadfast, rooted deeply in the earth." The reed, however, was thin and flexible and swayed gracefully with every breeze and bent low with strong winds as it swept across the land. The oak looked down on the reed as it constantly adapting and shifting to changing weather. One day, a fierce storm rolled in. The wind howled and tore through the forest with incredible force. The oak stood rigid, refusing to bend or give up control. As the wind grew stronger, its branches began to crack, and finally, with one powerful gust, the mighty oak was uprooted and fell with a thunderous crash. When the storm had passed, the reed stood up again, unharmed. It had bent with the wind, adjusting and moving with the force rather than resisting. The reed whispered softly to the oak, "It's not strength alone that endures survival. It's the ability to adapt, to find balance, and move with life's changing flow." So we are encouraged instead to be the reed, to flow with life, because when we are in our own control and we remain rigid, we brittle and break. So we want to be in alignment. We want to flow and be inspired and take time to notice, center, adjust, and grow with the flow. So let's do this affirmation together. Together? With my power of order, I live in harmonious alignment with the universe, and my life flows with ease. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. I need to be reminded of those things every week. Because when we do put our spiritual life first, it's just so much better, isn't it? Things just go. It's so great. Okay, it's time to take our offering. And we just want you to know how appreciative we are of any gift that you can give. It helps keep our little place here going, and we're so blessed for that. And there's many ways you can give. I think they'll be up on the screen any second now. No, they will not. Okay. Anyway, the choir's going to come up and sing for us, and the offertory will be taken. Thank you. Oh, let's pray first. Okay, that's a good idea. I did say that was important, didn't I? Okay, together, hold on to your gift and say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. Okay, now the choir's going to come. It's not in there. It's underneath the That was the right note.
We thank you for all of your patience with us. We're amateurs working on it, and we're very proud of ourselves for all that we try, and we're just keeping it together. We got our own order going. It's a unique order.
Divine Order.
Whatever's mine today.
Did somebody write that song just for your talk? That was awesome. Thank you. Okay, together we're going to do the offering blessing. Through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. We dedicate and consecrate these gifts to you and your well, in this center and in our lives and in our community. And so it is. Okay. Well, next Sunday, our Reverend Sophia will be here, and she's going to be speaking on unstoppable spirit, the courage to move forward with zeal. Zeal is a divine power that energizes us to take bold steps forward, even in the face of a challenge. So that sounds like a very inspiring talk, and so be sure and come back next week and bring some people with you. Drag them on in. We'll enjoy them. Okay, so right now we're going to form a circle and sing our closing songs, Let There Be Peace on Earth and Aloha Oi.
Well, on the screen.
Okay. Together, Aloha Oi.
Aloha, oi, aloha, oi. Eke ono ikalipo, one fond embrace. A'oi lani now, until we meet.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and remember to stay in order.
All right, we need to get all the chairs moved for the healing service, and so at noon. And so if you want to grab your purses and stuff, head upstairs for some fellowship. We're going to move some chairs out. Thank you, everybody.